Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me at the Love Manual. I'm Mel, your host, and this is a group or community that is designed to help followers and group members form positive and serious relationships. The Love Manual is basically a community. Like I said, we're just writing a book of love together, and we're just trying to form communities where everybody can get advice, give advice, and have suggestions from people that have been through some of the things that they may be going through right now. But we want to welcome you to the Love Manual. And if you want to be a guest on the show, please contact us at contact@thelovemanual.com. And please do not forget to log on to our community on Facebook, which is facebook.com/, the Love Manual page. And if you are ever on Twitter, please don't forget to follow us on twitter.com/, the underscore love underscore manual. And you can also find us at our website, which is www.thelovemanual.com. And there you will be able to, go to all the other platforms that we're actually on. So today I have the pleasure of interviewing Mr. and Mrs. Williams, who are such an amazing couple. They have been married for over 33 years. They have four children and they have four grandchildren. Please help me welcome Mr. and Mrs. Williams to the Love Manual. Hi, guys.
Hey, how you
Hi,
doing?
how are
I'm
you?
good.
Good
How
to
you
be
guys
here.
Thank
Thank
doing
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
today?
you.
You guys okay today?
Oh, we're
We
doing
are. We
well.
are. Thank you.
Good. Thank you for joining me. So, I just want to get right in and I want to ask you guys, how you're dealing with the pandemic. I mean, it's a bit, testy, but how you guys doing during this pandemic?
Oh,
Well, go ahead.
we're doing we're doing really good. Unfortunately, at this time with so many uncertainties going on, we're just trying to make the best of it. We're getting close. We're cooking together. We're cleaning together. We're just vibing out, and really, it's almost like a newness in the relationship being together so much.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to agree with her. I know my wife, but over the last 6 months, I've really gotten to know her even more in depth. And for those who are going through something with their spouses or others, this had to be a good time to get to know each other. You're gonna love each other or leave each other. So here we are, just loving each other. So that's it.
I
Yep.
love that. And that is the truth because this pandemic, you don't know, is a little iffy. Like you said, either listen, we're going to work it out and be together, or we're going to separate, and a lot of couples have separated. I'm actually so happy to see that you guys are just staying strong and, sticking with it because it's not easy, especially when you're, stuck in a house with someone. So I could just see, you guys are like, yeah, your chemistry and everything is there. So that's a good thing. Faye, so I know that several years ago, you battled breast cancer and everything like that. I want to know, how did that affect your marriage, and how'd you guys come out of that together?
Well, first of all, I'm so fortunate and so blessed to have been in remission for 12 years now, actually this month. So I'm really happy about that. And that particular time, it had to bring us closer. Like people don't take the vows very serious for sickness or health. And every day is not going to be a honeymoon. You don't think it's going to be you. And then when it's you, your faith is really tested. And we've been very, very blessed to have gotten closer from that, being supportive and realizing that, time waits on no one. So the time that we do have with each other and had at that particular time had to be a precious time.
Absolutely. I love that. So Daryl, what were some of the things that you did, to help her through that? I know it was difficult for you as well, watching her go through that. So how did you help her through it?
Well, like she said, it's a difficult time, just like you said. Um, so many things go through your mind that she's going to be all right, going to make it through. Sometimes it could get a little testy in there too. Going through something like that, one cannot be oneself all the time. So you have to be able to deal with that as well. And a lot of people that do go through cancer and so forth, for a moment they're not themselves. They love you, they care for you, but they not be may not be themselves whole all the time to be able to project that to you. So there's that little window in there that you have to open up and allow that to happen. If you don't, it can cause more problems. But everything worked out well. Like you said, we grew closer together. Like I said, even when you're sick, you go through things, but you have to maintain that level of love, and that's where it's at.
I agree 100%. I love that so much. That's so true. You go, Faye. You got a good one.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. I
let
wouldn't
me.
trade them in for nothing, girl. Nothing.
Absolutely. That's good. That is so great. What do you think a strong marriage is composed of? I mean, of course we spoke about, staying with someone through death do you part and everything like that, but what are some of the things you think, compose a strong marriage?
Well, I'll say for myself, it's just, leaving the lines of communication open. You know, you have to constantly keep checking in with each other, talking. You know, what may have worked 5 years ago may not work, 5 years later. So you have to constantly check in. Let that person be that person. You're not going to be everything to each other, even though no matter how close you are, how much you want to be with each other all the time, allow that person to be an individual. And you know what? It's just like the lines of communication for me. That's what it is for me.
Yes.
I've always let my wife, because when I met her, we were young, and I never had any restraints on her
We're
because,
still young.
okay, we're still young,
I love it.
young at heart. But I always let her did what she needed to do. She hung out with the girls, and we was in our 20s, and you go and have a good time. I'll maintain this time to get back communication, but go. There was never no ties on her, and you can't tie each other up. She has certain things she liked, certain things I like to do. Maybe she's doing it at the same time that I'm doing it. But to have that open communication and that awareness of each other's feelings and hearts. And your house has to be blanketed with God. I had to go there, baby. It's
Yes,
true.
And that's a
that's
You
good thing
know,
that you
hmm
went there because that
yeah,
is the truth. And
the
people really
truth.
don't understand that.
Yeah,
hmm
I love that you said that. You
yeah,
want to elaborate a little bit more? Or are you okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because when we're put together, it's not. Well, initially, sometimes it's a lot of times physical. It can get physical in the beginning when you're meeting someone. But the true lasting love is going to be on a mental state, a mental plane. It goes deeper than the outside look. It goes into the physical, into the self, the soul of itself. So when you can allow yourself to get past that physical and into the person as one soul and one body and one being in love, then that makes the whole experience of love being what it is, love. And once again, that's being blessed by God, because that's why He put us here together, man and woman, to complement each other, not to separate from each other, because people separate too fast in today's time. I mean, they 1 minute they're here, the next minute bye. No,
Yeah, I
if you
agree.
truly want this thing to work, you have to dig deep, way down inside, and allow it to manifest itself into your partner's soul. Allow God to work in you guys' lives. And because you trust in God and believe in God, don't mean you don't have fun, because we have a lot of fun. Okay, so you
Absolutely.
have to
I
let that work.
understand. Yep, I do understand. That is so true. Like you said, people, think that you're not having fun because your house is blanketed with God, like you said, and you guys have a good time. I know that
Yeah.
you do, Faye. I know, Faye. Okay, so let me ask you guys a question, all right? What are some of the things that you guys do to refresh your relationship? Because, like you said, after being married for 33 years, everybody is not the same, everybody change. And the good thing is that you guys are changing together and growing together. What are some of the things you do to refresh?
I'm
And you could
always
go there, Faye.
I know. I'm always, thinking of things like that. I enjoy, making my husband happy. I enjoy pleasing him. I like to plan things that, we go on trips. We're constantly on trips. This pandemic has really set us down, but it was for a great reason because now we had to get real intimate with each other at home, on another level. But I think that one of the things with relationships, marriages, and anything, you got to keep it spicy. Don't fall off. Sis, let me tell you something. Fridays is our night. Everybody, all my kids know that. Call me one time Friday during the day. Don't call me no more on Friday night. So that's our time to check in with each other, to just enjoy each other, massages, whatever it is that I think would make him happy or please him. I'm going to do that.
Absolutely. And that is something like Daryl was saying earlier. Some people are here 1 minute with a couple, and then the next minute they like, all right, that's it. No, you actually really do have to refresh and make sure that, you're there for your mate, man, woman, whatever. You got to make sure that you are doing these things for each other to keep it spicy and to keep it,
Yes.
spontaneous and just happy, because sometimes you lose that in a relationship from being together for so long. You know what I mean? You really
Yes.
lose that. So that's a good thing. What about you, Daryl? What are some of the spicy things?
Not too
It's called
spicy. Not
it's
too
called
spicy.
it's called BOT.
And
What is that, right?
yes.
Elaborate.
That's bug out time with a little adobo on there.
Okay. All right. Bug out time with a little adobo.
Sasson.
Oh, Sasson. Okay.
Yeah.
The pack of Sasson.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, you gotta have, you know what it is, like some nights, some Friday nights, we'll put on the stylists and the Delphonics cut the music, and then they run from the house.
Oh yeah. That's
They get out of here fast.
absolutely, yes. Put that oldies but goodies on there.
That's
We'll
it.
get out. Oh, I know that too.
Yeah. And baby boy run fast.
Good. Yes, and like she said, that's y'all time. Friday night is y'all alone time. And
Yeah.
that's when one of the days you guys can refresh together, right?
Right. Because no matter what, we live busy lives. Even with the pandemic, I'm still I worked through the whole pandemic. Daryl retired in January, but still we have the church. So we're busy,
Yes.
So we always know that Friday is coming. So you're getting all excited Wednesday because, there's only Thursday in between that. So by the time Friday comes, I'm like planning like a little dinner, some appetizers.
She's always planning
just planning something so that he can feel
yes.
special. I missed you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. And you know what? And like I was saying to Daryl the other day, women don't really require a lot. We just want to be, for lack of a better term, big up. Babe, you look good. I appreciate it. That's all, how I feel.
Absolutely.
Once I know that I'm appreciated, I'm unstoppable. Like the kids said, won't stop, can't stop.
You go, Faye. But I do understand. We want those words of encouragement and saying, you keep going, baby. You're doing a good job for me. I love you and all of that. You're right. And we want that. We want to be loved and we want to be respected. And we just want, those words of affirmation, basically.
Yes, yes.
And we don't require a lot. We're really easy if you allow us to be. But if you go, if you making us be other than ourselves, then that's how we're going to be. So
Right.
I see that you guys got that nice little understanding going on, your chemistry. Yeah, I understand that. It's so true. So speaking about that, how do you guys deal with your disagreements? Because some people argue, they go to bed and they don't talk and all of this other stuff. So how do you guys handle your disagreements with each other?
So, we disagree on different things. We have different views on different things. And it's just like anything. When I was younger, you don't know how to deal with it. You get like rah, rah, rah. You get very brassy and, and that's cute at that particular time. But as you mature in yourself, it's all about like, sometimes we'll just jump in a car and take a ride. And then like riding, you know what I'm saying? You can get a lot of things out because and I'm so blessed. Daryl's not rah, rah. He's like the quiet storm. You know what I mean? I could be going all the way in. He's just like, this same look he's giving you right now. That's the look.
As you're yapping, he's sitting there like, okay, here we go
all right.
again.
Yeah. And you know what? And it's it has to be people like that. We both can't be on fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm a
Yes.
Libra, he's a Leo. We're very, very compatible. But
Wow.
he's like I said, he's the quiet storm. He says what he means, and he means what he says. I got to go to the end. And you know what? You work on it. He knows my spirit. He knows, basically I'm harmless. I'm just, going in.
Right.
And when we do disagree, we always manage to come back and bring it to the table. And go, but you see, this is my point, babe. He go, okay, babe, I can see you. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? So we meet at the
Absolutely.
middle, and it's not always at the middle. We might have to come back to it in another few days after you
Right.
marinate and keep it inside of you for a minute. And and I've never been the type to say I can't say I'm sorry. I'll come back and go, listen. I know I got a little crazy and stuff like that, but you know what? It wasn't even intended to you. I love you. I don't ever want us to be like on different pages. You have to be able to communicate that. And I know that's
Yeah.
really hard for people, but I'm glad that I'm able to do that.
I love that. And that is so true. That's really important to be able to be the bigger person sometime and be like, all right, I do understand that I was a little raw, and everything. But like you said, you got to communicate and, effectively, because you could communicate, but is it effective? Is he listening to you? Are you listening? Are you saying the right things? It's really hard. How you feel about that, Daryl? I guess the disputes is ditto.
Yes, dear.
That's why I said ditto, because I knew it was a yes, dear
Yes,
thing.
dear.
He's such a good guy.
Yes, dear.
Go, Big D. Go.
No, you're gonna agree upon things, and like she says, I listen. Sometimes we have to come back, but the worst thing to do is to go to bed with that anger. So that's a tossing and turning all night long thing. So if you say you pick back on it tomorrow, we'll talk later. Whether
Yes.
you're going to, read your emails, go on Facebook, whether I'm doing some studies. And sometimes you just have to marinate on it and see what happens at that point. But in the meantime, yes, dear.
Okay, he's a keeper, Faye.
Yes, for sure, for
He
sure.
is. What is one of the things in your marriage that keeps you leveled, because sometimes you need a leveler in your marriage, so what is like one or more things that keep you leveled in your marriage?
First, and foremost, I'm going to say God. My faith is
Mm,
everything. And
yes.
as we grow older, you realize the importance of it because you have to have something to lean on, something to reflect to. And my second thing would be family. For me, family is everything. And to have our sons see how we operate and we grow and how we build our family, and my daughter, building her family, it's important. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
That we
absolutely.
stay level headed because we know that we have a whole generation watching us.
Yes, absolutely. And I love that you said first and foremost, it's the Lord, because without Him, what do you have? You know what I
Yes.
mean? What do you have? So, and it's good that the both of you are into that, having the Lord blanket your home, because you could get with somebody and they're totally different from you and they don't feel that way. That could be a problem,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
what, and that's what happens. The majority of the relationships when you're not faith bound, like
Right.
believing in the same thing. Because if you have one person who's a Muslim, I'm not saying it can't happen, but Muslim faith and another person who's Christian, you're on two different accords. I
Right.
want to be yoked. I want to be
Yeah.
in one yoke, not you're here, I'm there. We even have couples and friends that are married and go to different churches. That to me, that's not a bond. That's not
Right.
binding. It's not.
Right. Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do understand what you're saying. It's true. So what how do you define love?
You got it.
How do you define love?
Mhm.
Well, once again, God. How do you spell relief in love?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes, indeed. I
If
agree.
you don't have any of that for Him, how could you have it for somebody else?
Yeah.
You have to just start with yourself to be able to love yourself, understand yourself before you can understand and love somebody else.
Amen. That is
You have to
so
be able to
true.
put yourself in their place. Yes, everybody has different feelings. People hurt. I hurt. She'll hurt. But to be interwoven in one in love, under the blanket of Jesus and to hold down and to deal with all adversities in life, whether it's good or bad. That's your definition of I love you.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Check that out, Faye. I told you you had a good one. That's why your arm is right on his shoulder, right where it needs
Look,
to
look, look.
be, girl.
No, she's trying to push me off this seat. That's what she's trying to do. Well, that's
That
okay.
is
I'll get her
okay.
later.
Oh, that's yeah. Just get her later. That's all. He like, yeah, I'm gonna get her later. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Anyway, what advice would you got because you've been married for so long, right? Y'all stuck it out through thick and thin and all of that good stuff. What advice would you give a couple who thinks that they're ready to throw in a towel even after 2 years, even after 25 years, you know? What advice would you give them?
Well, for me, always, you know what? The first advice I would give to them is like, you need to get some counseling. You need to bring a person in the middle. Dow and I have had it. It's amazing. You know, you really think you know a person until you're sitting in front of a licensed therapist who can really break it down to you and say, that's not correct. You can't do it alone. You know, and it's hard because even if it's their infidelity, even if they had another child on the outside or something, if you truly love each other, you can work through it. But you're going to have the help. That's my advice to any person who's ready to throw in the towel. Before you're ready to throw in the towel, get the professional help because it was something that attracted you to that person from the very beginning, you know, to make you love them and be vulnerable and open and transparent. And you can get that back because once you just up and leave it without resolving the issue why you're going to leave, then you're never going to be able to love again.
Yeah, I agree. That's some good advice, Faye. How about you, Daryl? Do you have any advice you would like to tell anybody if they're ready to throw it in?
Don't throw the towel in. Don't throw it in. Because, like she said, it's all that you built up. Some people are together 10, 15 years, some people together 6 months, you know. But when you have some time up under the belt and you've been with that person for a while, you have to really look at the big picture. Is this what I really want?
Right.
Do I want to stay into the relationship? Am I here out of convenience? It's a lot of aspects to that, you know, but just to take the towel and blatantly throw it in, you're not only affecting your partner, okay? You're affecting your kids, your extended family and friends. Because when things go wrong in that direction where you're ready to throw the towel in, you hurt a lot of people.
Yep.
That's like an accident on a bus. You're not dealing with 57 people. You're dealing with thousands of people, times it filtered down. So when couples break up, be mindful. Not only are you hurting your inner house, but you also put a hurt on your outer house, and that's your friends, extended friends, neighbors, because they've always seen you two together. How are they supposed to react to this? So you have to find a way. Like she said, you need a good cut man in there before you throw the towel in. Somebody to put that cotton in there to kind of stop that bleeding. And then maybe you look in something else different. But sometimes when people on the outside looking in,
Yeah.
And I just want to add to that. The only other thing I would say, unless, and this is my own personal feelings, unless it's some domestic violence,
yeah. Bye.
then anything you can work through anything. But once there's domestic violence involved,
It's time to go.
it's time to go.
Bye.
I agree 100%. And that's a good point that you make because a lot of people think that, you know, that's love. And it's so weird because I was reading something the other day where little boys would usually hit little girls on the playground and push them and do this and do that. And then the parent would be like, oh, he's hitting you because he loves you or he's hitting you because he likes you and everything. So basically, parents were instilling that in children's head and didn't even realize that if he hits me, then that means he loves me, which is so weird. And it was good that you said once domestic violence hit, that's it.
Bye.
That's it.
Right.
You know, there's got to be some point in your relationship where you're like, okay, this is one of the things I'm not dealing with.
Right.
You know?
I love Faye. I don't want Faye to beat me up. I don't want to beat up Faye. Only way I would beat Faye up is probably with a feather. That's it.
Oh, Faye.
Okay, you talking too much.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, wait. Whoa, wait a minute.
I'm gonna shut up.
That was a good one.
She already told me to be quiet.
That's okay. That's okay, Faye. You want to get beat up with a feather once in a while. So you know what I like that you said that communication is key, which is a definite, and you also said that you like to check in, in your relationship, and that was going to be one of my points as well. You have to do that check in so that way you can say, babe, how you think we doing in our relationship? What you think we need to work on, and it's not even saying, hey, what do I need to change? Because we're not changing for anybody. We're just growing together. So that is good that you said, those checkpoints are very important.
Yes.
Yep. So you guys tend to do that often?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
daily.
I'm chatty Kathy. I love talking all the time.
Hmm.
And like, and if I have like, long drives, if I have to go somewhere to see, a client or something like that, I like to call him and just talk to him. Because usually, like when I'm riding, all my thoughts come to me. And so it's good, and it's like no particular time and space. It's just that, if I feel like things are getting a little tense or we've been moving too fast and kind of like moving away from each other. He's, Daryl's a pastor, so he's very involved in the church and he's going one way. And if I'm not with him a lot or whatever, then I say, oh, you know what, maybe I need to do X, Y, Z. And then I'll say, you need me, honey. If you need me, just let me know. I'm here for you. I know it's a lot going on and a lot of moving parts, but I got you. So, and it's nice for him to hear that from me.
I love that. It's super, super true because, your men already know that women, we are your backbone. We may sometimes be on the sidelines because we're doing other things, but we're always there to make sure that you guys are okay. And you guys do the same for us as well.
Yes.
So I love that. And, this is it wasn't really in my question thoughts, but it just popped up. So, I mean, like you said, during the pandemic, you guys got a chance to cook together and all of this other stuff. How do you guys like do your chores? Like, is it like an unspoken thing where, okay, he knows the garbage full, he's taking it out? Or do you say, honey, the garbage is full? Or, how do you guys work on your chores together? Because sometimes that in a relationship is crazy as well. So,
Yeah, we work well, and I'm gonna we listen. We just finished taking the bedroom down, changing the sheets. We work well. I mean,
Uh,
I've had them for a long time, so I
I
got them
was just,
trained, girls.
I was just getting ready to say, fellas, if you're listening to this, fellas, really, if you really want to get ahead of the game, before you do anything in the morning, when you get out that bed, make up the bed.
oh,
Even with the
yes.
beauty pillows, put the bed together. If there's any dishes in the sink from the night before, I'm home. Wash those little bit of plates up, sweep up that little bit of grit off the floor. Make sure the entrance to the house is clean when it comes in. There's no clutter. Make sure you run the vacuum cleaner. You don't have to do
Babe,
so much.
whoa,
Okay,
babe,
okay.
you look.
Well, no,
He
but
said,
no,
"Oh,
no,
she
no.
said, all right,
What
okay."
I'm saying
Now,
is this, because fellas, it will leave you more time in your man cave.
Hey, okay.
that's a good one. Instead
Mm-hmm.
of being told when yeah,
Instead,
that's
yeah,
a
well,
good one.
Lord, why is this in the sink? What's this paper on the floor? It was here before I left. No, when you come in, all you gotta do, fellas, is this.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ding-ding-ding.
So that's good to see you guys have an understanding about the chores in the home.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Because you know what? Listen, I really, I love being a wife. I always love being a mom. You know what I'm saying? I know. Listen, I like to shop, be cute. I love all that. But I love this. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. I'm good at, and I try to, tell them. Listen, when we get things, we have to cherish it and take care of it. And I don't put a price on possessions, but take care of it because we don't have money to keep going and buying things and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Let's just all chip in together, do what we need to do, and it makes the house more calm. You know?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, you know what? You guys are so amazing. And, you know, it's good to see, couples last for so long. It really is super important. I so appreciate you guys so much. And if you guys want to come back and spit a little bit more tea and then get really down and dirty about
Dirty,
some of the
dirty
things.
next time.
That's right, Faye. About some of the things you guys do to keep your relationship refreshed and just going deep. You know, you can
Okay.
do that.
Thank you for the
Thank
invitation.
you.
We
No,
enjoyed ourselves so much.
I
You
appreciate
know,
it.
I just want to encourage every couple, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 6 years, 20 years, 30 years, keep smiling. Just keep looking at each other because let me tell you something, at the end, it's not the end. In the long run, it's worth it. It's so worth it.
Wow, that
Give me some
was.
sugar.
Give me some sugar. I love it. All right, Faye. Yeah. They was like,
Uh-huh.
yep, I'm watching y'all. Very nice. I appreciate you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
And you guys just keep on keeping on. Keep the Lord in your relationship like you're
Yes.
doing. And just keep loving on each other because that's what you guys need. And you are an inspiration to a lot of people because, like I said, and we said, earlier, people will throw in a towel after 6 months. Oh, I can't take it. I don't want to do this. It's
Yes,
just
you
too
are.
much work. Working is good on a relationship.
We're
Very
giving you a
important.
little.
Amen. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate
Pleasure
you.
meeting you too.
Okay.
Nice
Thank you
meeting you
so much,
guys.
Jay. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank
And we'll
you.
talk to
God
you
bless.
soon. God bless you
Thank
Thank
guys
you.
you.
too. Love your
Bye.
relationship.
Thank
Nice. Thank you so much for joining us at the Love Manual. Like I said, I'm Mel, your host, and we'll be here again next week. And we love for you guys to chime in and give us advice on couples who's having relationship issues or just advice about anything, pertaining to love and relationships and even sex, because some people need that advice as well. So for now, keep your relationship spicy, love on your mate. Words of affirmation is always good. And thank you for joining me. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Thank you. Bye.